So first of all, thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time. For those of you who people who don't know you, could you give me a brief story, your story, from your own perspective?
Well, recently I have been CEO of different media and marketing companies. Now I'm in charge of Densu operations in Finland. We have 200 marketing people, Martech and marketing people working for us. And before that, I used to be a journalist. And my previous career, I was a war correspondent, a couple of years in Middle East and Yugoslavia. Oh, wow. And I learned so much in those times, and I miss those times too, because now it's quite boring comparing to those times.
Oh, really?
And then I'm a professor of practice of digital in Turku University, so I try to learn new stuff all the time, and mostly I learn from kids more than I can teach them, I guess. But I love that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. So when you were a journalist in those countries, did you ever come across a situation in an interview that it became tense or heated, and how would you deal with that?
I think the main thing is to be prepared. If you are prepared and you know what you are doing, you have read your resources, you know what is going to happen, and you know your issues and things, there is nothing to be afraid of. Okay.
So you never walked into a situation you weren't prepared for?
Sometimes I get shot, and that's changed a bit the situation. But if there is no bombing or shooting, I don't feel any fear.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Quite a story you have there. Okay. Well, I'd like to ask, what do you wish more people knew about you?
I used to be kind of celebrity, so I had my TV shows and I was a talk show host, and then I thought that it was that beautiful time of my career to be so much watched. So I don't have any need to share something secrets anymore. But what people don't know is that in last years I have studied and learned more about mind and how people are working, and even though I'm working for a big, huge listed company, I'm pretty much interested still what is in people's mind. So I'm very much people orientated in nowadays.
Okay.
So maybe that's not so much well known.
What have you learned then most recently when it comes to people's minds?
From the leadership point of view, we should lead all people like one. So it's complicated if you have a big organizational structure and trying to build culture. But what makes the difference is the culture between the small teams inside the company. So I try to find out those teams and rearrange them and learn relatedness and creativity and effectiveness in the team. Okay. So I think that's the most fancy thing I'm thinking today.
All right, that's very cool. Is there anything that you wish you had done in your life that you haven't? I mean, you seem to have had a very colorful career. Is there anything you would have wished to still do, or?
I'm co-founder and founder of a couple of new companies and entrepreneurs. So I'm dreaming of new companies I will create. Yeah.
TFW, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into that? When I was looking at your background,
yeah,
it came out a little different.
Yeah, I trained there the very first place they had, and they asked me some advices, and I gave some advices, and after a couple of years I found myself to be owner of the company as well, and I enjoy that a lot. It helps me a lot to be more resilient and in good shape.
Okay.
But I dream that I can build new companies and create something new all the time.
Very nice. And if I could ask you one last question, what advice would you give to someone who aspires to become a public speaker?
That's a tricky one.
I like it when I get a tricky question.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all about your own personality, I think. And if you are prepared and you respect what you know and share it openly, I think that's the trick.
So being authentic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to thank you. I'm really grateful that you gave me a few minutes of your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.